Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID. So please reach out to us, and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you.
So once you have a package ready with the help of Maven, the package you can make it WAR file or you know jar file or any other formats also using the different build tools. Package means exe file is a package, jar file, file is a package, Docker image is a package. For Ubuntu, our Debian package, for CentOS RPM package. So any sort of packages, we have to store it, archive it. Okay, and that is what that one tool is coming into the picture, and that's called Artifactory. So what is Artifactory? So Artifactory is a repository management tool. Yeah, repository. Now this repository, so in the Git, I told you repository you should manage in GitHub for the source code, right? But Artifactory also manages the repository, but this repository they manage for not for the source code, but for packages. Yes, for packages. So Artifactory repository management tool. Now this tool is from the JFrog, is a company name. This tool is written in Java, and you have 2 versions of it. One is a community version and one is a professional version. Community version is free actually. So why we are using? Simple: time, cost, and quality. So you want to save your time and you want to save your software development cost and then improve the quality of your software. So for that you use Artifactory. So Artifactory is your tool which is a centralized place for your entire organization's artifacts. Okay, so any packages you want to store in any format, you store in the Artifactory. Now it also helps you to implement the standard process and directory layout. Standard process means each tool, if you see that they have a standard specific process, like Maven you experienced last day, Gradle also. So this tool supports actually all this standard process for and directory layout for those tools. Again, it will help you to save your time, all the packages you have at one place for downloading and uploading. So it this way it will save your time to search for the packages. This tool will also help you in terms of integrity of the packages. That means it has algorithm and it will help you to manage the integrity of the package, so that way it will not get spoiled. And again, anyone who needs the packages, again they can upload and download something like that. So availability is time consuming. Also, this tool will help you to secure the packages also. So security also, like you can allow someone to upload, download, delete all these things. So the security of the package can be maintained using this tool. Again, in terms of admin activities like maintenance and cleanup is easier. Schedule the maintenance, you can take a backup, you can create multiple mirrors and all. And also, it will help you to, get you that sorted release quality and time. So these are some of the reasons why we use Artifactory for storing the artifacts. Now, what are the other tools which we have? Let's say if you're not using Artifactory, then what other tools are using? So you can use Nexus from the Sonatype. You can use Apache Archive also, and some other tools which we have like NuGet. NuGet is only for the .NET packages by Microsoft, but Apache, Nexus, and Artifactory you can use for any other packages type also. So in order to install Artifactory, you have to have a Java 11. Okay, Java 8 is out of date, so you can use Java 11 for the same. Now, look at this. Some of the recommended hardware minimum it should be 4 GB, and depends on the number of developers what you have. Accordingly, you can go for it. Now, Artifactory backend. So you have multiple option available. So for the database, you can use any of these RDBMS which is listed here: Derby, MySQL, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, PostgreSQL, MariaDB. By default, it comes along with the Derby, so which is embedded database. So if you're not having anything else, it will be automatically start with the Derby database, which is the package with. Okay, so these are the mode of operation not required. Now, when you store the packages, those packages are not being stored in the database. So database is basically for the user logins, authentication, authorizations at SMTP and blah 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 stuff like that. But the package can be stored in many places. Many options are available for Artifactory. Uh, in this demo, we'll do use a file system only, but other options are also available: Cache FS, Full DB, S3, Azure, Google, all these things you can, AWS, you can use this. Okay, so how do we access the Artifactory? So this is the location, and this is the username, password, default username, password, and so on. Okay, so now first thing, let's get it the Artifactory up and running. So let me get the machines first. So I just here, let me show you. So I'm creating one instance for Artifactory specific one. So I'll go for 8 GB RAM, so that way new version will not have any problem running. So Artifactory, Ubuntu I'm going for it, 20, and 2 CPU, 8 GB RAM, and ticket I created today something from, I'll be having that one, and so some default security group, this one. It has allowed everything. 30 GB I'll go for it, sufficient for demo, and launch. What is this problem? Okay. I selected wrong. Hmm. So T2 large, wrong, done, 30 GB, and create. Done. So now I have this is the one, Artifactory. This is the IP address. So let me log in now. Pretty.
So Rajesh, for this Artifactory, do we have to have the separate node for it or?
Yeah, this will be server running in the centralized place actually.
Oh,
This will be for entire company, entire organizations.
Okay.
So let it come. Username is Ubuntu, and let me make this session a little bit better. Okay. So now I got this here. I'll become a root. First thing we have to install Java, JDK. So let's install Java. Install Java DevOps School and this tutorial. So here I'll go for Ubuntu and this command, and then this one, and then finally this one. Done. So I got the Java installed. Now what I'll do, I'll search for Artifactory install here. Artifactory install. Uh, here, here you have Artifactory install and configuration guide. So this you can use it for this. Now if I see that here, Java has to be installed, which is done. Now if you want to install Artifactory OSS, which is open source, so you can follow this document. If you want to install Pro, which is 7.x, then you can follow these documents. Okay. So here, all the system requirement documents you have here. So you should read this and so much. So yeah, this is the way you can get it. So latest version of Artifactory is 8, I guess. Let me check this. Art Google Artifactory factory and download. If I see the download, you will see the versions which you have right now. So if you see that multiple versions which you have, so I just want to check the versions of it. So how do I check this? So here these are the different installations. You have Docker, Linux. So here click to download, and if I see that download, so it's a 7.x, so that's fine. Yeah, so 7 dot, this is also 7.x. So let's download it. So clear the screen, cd, next one, done. So this is the installations. Now untar it, done. Now go inside this directory, and then finally cd bin, cd artifactory, cd bin here, and cd app bin here, and start this artifact using this command. Okay, done. So this will start the artifactory. Wait for it. And finally, you can check this status using this command. So this is done. Now all this thing should be up and running. Here you see running. So good to go. Now how do we access that Artifactory? So Artifactory is default running on 8082. So which is here. Let me get the IP address 8082, and here you see your Artifactory is loading slowly. Just wait for it. So and this is the Artifactory up and running things. You have a documents which you can follow and get it done. Any questions, guys, on this? All of you?
It's okay, Rajesh.
Yeah. So now after this, what you need to do? So let me log in and then we'll start discussing. So username is ADM1, password is PASS, and close. Never get started. Now you have to reset the password. So ADMIN123, a password E capital ADMIN $123, capital ADMIN $123. So reset the password. Now this is the something you have to give it. Without that, this is the professional version, so you cannot use it. So now I have to get one license. So quickly I'll just get a license. Just give me 2 seconds. So let me pause this recording.
This
So fill this
conference will
form.
now be recorded.
Fill the form here. This URL. Put the email IDs, username, and proceed further. So it's happening something. I clicked on the next button. So let's wait for it. It should send me an email with license key. So that is something which you have to do. So let's wait for it. Done. Now, sorry, by mistake I clicked on cloud. I should go for self-hosted. Sorry. Now it's sent. Now let me go and get it. So now let me share my screen. Okay, so this is the license which will be active for 14 days. Okay, and I am going to insert here. Next, done. So 14 days trial period, I got it. Set this URL, just leave it. DNS, we don't have it. And skip this. Proxy, we don't require, skip it, and done. So this is your Artifactory. Okay. So here, if you see that you have a two view. One is a public view, and admins will have that view also. So here, what kind of repository you can create? So now let's discuss about it. So after that, you have different types of packages you can store. Okay, and different types of repository also you can create. So here you have a local repository, remote, and virtual. Let's understand what exactly that means. So understand in simple way what is a local, remote, and virtual. So this is the India office. This is the USA office. Now remember that we use Artifactory for uploading and downloading what packages, any different kind of packages. So now let's assume that we have India office, developers are here, and in USA office developers are here. So here you have one Artifactory server. Just now I set it up one. So this is the Artifactory server. So if you this is India right now and this is USA. So now Indian people can upload the packages here, okay, and download also from here. So this will be good. But for USA team, it will not be good because they have to upload and download too much of distance they have to travel. Correct now? So maybe for India people, in download is happening in 5 seconds. For them, it'll become a 5 minutes. And if you count 5 minutes is to hundreds of engineer, hundreds of time in a day and stuff like that, it will become too much of headache. Correct now? All of you. So what we do, we create the one Artifactory server here also. Okay. So Artifactory server, the repository which you store, this repository for India team, is a local repository, LR. Okay. Now here also we create one repository, LR local repository, and they upload and download here only. Now whatever the India team build the packages, US team also needs it. US team build the packages, India team also needs it. So what to do? So we have a 30 people here, 30 people here. Now 30 people will make a request to the upload and download. This will be too much, right? So what we do, instead of doing that one, we create one repository which is called remote repository. Where, look at this. So we create one remote repository here, and this remote repository is a cache of this one, mind it here. So whatever upload and down upload happens here, this automatically cached to this place, and from here you can download it. So this is the local repository, but this is the remote repository, and for remote repository you need to have one source also. Are you understanding, all of you? So local repository you can read and write, upload and download. Remote repository only download only, not for uploading it. Are you understanding? Hello.
Yes.
Okay, so that is a remote repository. Now what is a virtual? So virtual, you can say group also. So group means, let's say this is engineer, and here you have multiple local and remote repository here, multiple local and remote repository. So this guy has to remember so many repository URL. So to avoid that, we do Artifactory, you can create one virtual repository. It's like a group of repository, and then this guy will only hit one URL, and internally this will automatically become a interplay, I mean transform into multiple. So this is the three type of repository which you can create. So let's try to create. Go to setting button, here repository, click on it, and now you see local, remote, virtual. Distribution is CDN, creating a CDN that's out of our scope right now in the development team, and federated, leave it. So now can I create a local repository here? So now you have to decide what kind of package you want to store. So here you've seen that so many different package type you can store. You can, for example, you can store Gradle package from the Maven. Docker images also you can store here. Python package also you can store here. Puppet code, PHP code also, NuGet, Bower. You see that hell lot of packages you can store. But we know that yesterday's sessions Maven we have taught you, so we'll use the Maven. So any different kind of packaging you can use it. So let's go for the Maven. Okay, and here let's select Maven and local. Okay, that's all. Maven local. Now this repository, to remove that in Maven, two types of version we had. So either you want to store a release or snapshots, is up to you. I am selecting one for everything, so that's okay, and save and finish. That's all. Okay, so I created Maven local. Now I'll create one Maven report, remote. So for remote, you need to have one remote repository, correct now? What remote repository you need to have it? So do you remember this repository which we discussed, central repository, repos, repos dot maven central repository, this one. So we can use this one actually. Okay, so this is also Maven repository, but central repository. So let's use this, add repository, this time remote. Here Maven type, Maven remote. Name I give it Maven remote. And now this path you see is automatically has given as a hint central location. This is a central location. You can test it, and it's connecting. So no user ID and password required and all kind of things. Save. Done. So I created one remote repository also, one local, one remote. Now finally I'll create one virtual repository. So virtual repository is like a group. So add virtual repository, Maven type, Maven group, and then this one, and I'm going to add this two repository as part of it. So how can we do that? So here it is, which I created, and save and finish. Done. So I created one local, I created one remote, I created one virtual. The focus is on Maven type. Did you understand that, all of you? Hello,
Yeah.
hello. Yeah.
Rajesh, one quick question. We have Docker Hub and GitHub. There are some repository tools, right? How
So
different is this
doc,
JFrog? I got
see
bit
Docker.
confused.
Understand this. Docker Hub will have only Docker image. Okay, but Artifactory you can have a Docker image also, your Linux Python image also, Linux image also, Helm image also, Maven, sorry, image packages also, and Maven packages also. So all these packages are supported by Artifactory, but Docker Hub will have only Docker image.
But there
Your
is a GitHub. We can store any kind of repositories, right?
so GitHub also you can store. That is a that functionality recently introduced, but GitHub you can store the packages, but they don't have a dedicated UI where you can list out all the packages. There is a way you just inform it. It will be stored and you see in the repository. But this is a dedicated platform developed only for packaging all types of packages. Okay, so most of the enterprise you see they use either Nexus or Artifactory. Got it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now I created one all this thing. Now I'll work on the access part. So here, if you see user group roles and stuff like that, we'll do that. So let me create one user for it. So new user, deploy, deploy at deploy.com. Should be admin? No. And can update profile, disable UI access, all this thing is self-explanatory. Set the password, D capital, deploy $123, D capital, deploy $123. Okay. Now this is the user, save it. So I created one user, deploy and deploy 123. Now I'll create a group. Group, why we create a group? Because you can't manage each every user's permission. So if you create a group, it will be easy to manage it. So create a group, dev group, and here in user you want to add it, deploy, save it. So here I created a user, here I created a group. Now group I'll give a permission. So how do we give the permission? Roles. So these are the roles which you have, understand this, and then here you can give the permission. So let's add a permission. Name of this DevOps permission you want to add it. Which repository? So you have to specify any local, any remote, any distributions. So here you can select the repository also, here patterns and all, and here you can select this repository here right now. So repository level also access you can give it, or you can specify any, is up to you. So automatically selected, and that. Now resources, that means all the repository, which user or group. So user you don't want to use it here, group rather than group you want to create a dev, save it and create and confirm, done. So what I did, I created user, I created a group, added a users to it, and here I added a permissions. So now DevOps user, okay, sorry, permission which is DevOps, and DevOps permission has a group which is called, where is that? Wait a second. DevOps resources. I had selected, but I forgot to save it actually. Huh, confirm. Why it's not taking? Okay, sorry, I forgot to apply the access. Okay, done, and save it. Done. So now I given access. Are you, or are you comfortable with it, all of you? Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see that access also created here, repository created here, access created here. Some of the security related stuff you have, authentication, authorizations. If you want to enable LDAP or these other stuff, you can use it. Right now not required. And some of the general settings you have, mail server, webhooks and all. If you are a proxy setup, so here you can do that, and some support zones. So that's all. Now what we need to do, upload and download. Simple. Two things you have to do, upload, download. So question is very simple. How to upload Maven packages, Maven packages to Artifactory? That is something which you have to understand. And then next one, download, okay, Maven packages from Artifactory. So these are the two things which we need to understand. I'm assuming that yesterday we did the Maven, so you still remember all the stuff. So now I'll tell you how do we upload. So for uploading, understand that using the Maven, okay, to Artifactory, you have to do few things. What things? Let me show you the tutorials. It will help you. So uh, Maven upload Artifactory. Artifactory. So here you see how to upload packages to Nexus and Artifactory using curl. I don't need this one. How to upload a packages using Maven in Artifactory. This I need it. So let's use this. Okay. So first thing, these are all the steps. So first thing, Java, Artifactory, done, Maven. This is done. So you have done. Okay. And after that, you have to see, this is the create empty directory and get inside it. Create a simple Java project. This I did yesterday, if you remember that. I hope. Then understand the POM, Maven and pom.xml here. Do a test compile we did yesterday. Now from here the real work starts. Okay. Modify pom.xml of Maven project with a repository of Artifactory. So now how do we do that? So let's understand. Let me get a project first. I forgot that where is the Maven project. Here it is. So this is the project pom.xml. So here modify the pom.xml of Maven project with a repository of Artifactory. So repository URL you have to get it. How do we get it? That's I'm going to show you. So for that you can manually also copy paste from here if you don't want to complicate. Okay, this is the copy paste, you can do that. but let's learn the functionality of tools. So here, if you go to Artifactory, here come to, do you see set me up one button? So I'm looking for it. UI changes. So artifacts. So you see that, click on the artifacts, and here you have a set me up. Okay, so set me up for which repository? So local repository I want to upload. So set me up. Okay, and here you select little bit carefully and go to the deployment options. Here, look at this code, you have it, copy and open up form.xml. Here it is, close all, not to all, again open up form.xml, and here very carefully just embed this. Look at this, distribution management. This is the element in the form.xml, and this is the address for repository. Remember that repository, local repository which I created. Now here, if you want to store, why we have two entries for that? So we have one entry for release packages and one entry for snapshot packages. So right now I'm using both for only one repository, but you know, best practices are like you can keep it for release packages separate repository, for snapshot packages separate repository, but right now that is okay. So that is done, first step is done. So now can I go? So this is done, and after that you have to modify setting.xml of Maven config with the access of Artifactory. So here, if you see that, if you read it, this file, you have to modify this one. So can we go to that? So go to the configuration options. So I need to go to C drive, then tools, Apache Maven, conf, this file I'm talking about. This file is very huge, so you have to modify a little carefully. Okay, so here, this is the file. Now here you have to modify server component. Here it is, servers. Here's starting and somewhere closing here. So inside that one action you have to add it. Let me delete all this thing remaining. So folder one. So this is the server component, and username is deploy. Password is same. I kept it and done. Now here one more thing, how this Maven will come to know the password for username and password for this repository is this one only. So you know, be remember this ID and this ID must match. So I set the password for this one. So accordingly I have to create one more for this one. So let me create here and snapshot. Done. So that means central repository and snapshot repository, here two repository, both user ID password is same. So this is the second steps you have to do. So under then the form.xml you have to modify this, add this, and setting.xml you have to mod this, add the server component. This is something which you have explained here also. Did you understand that, all of you? Hello.
Yeah, Rajesh.
After this you have to run the deploy. So now we need to discuss here. So if you remember that last day what you did, so you did, you did compile, after that test, after that package, correct? Now yesterday all of you, Maven compile, Maven test, Maven package. Now here we do not do Maven install and then Maven deploy. So what is Maven install and Maven deploy? Let me tell you. So I hope you remember that there is a 3 repository in Maven. So when you run the Maven command, it reads the form.xml, and then after that there is one repository which we have is .m2 local repository. Remember that, all of you, right? So what happens? Maven install will copy a package from target folder of Maven to this one. Yeah. Okay, so what is a Maven deploy will do? Maven deploy upload a package from M2 local repo to private repo. This is what is happening with it. Let me know if you understood all of it. All of you. So in this case, what will happen when I run the Maven package here, Maven deploy. So it will compile, test, package, install, come to the that package will come to the local repo and deploy from the local repo. It will go to private repo, and private repo path from where they will get it. Here it is, private repo. Access where they will get it. Here it is. Done. So now understood all of you? Hello. Now let me do this Maven deploy. See here, compile is happening, test is happening. And you see here very carefully installing into the local repo, and here you see uploading. Look at this, uploading to the Artifactory. Done. Almost. Done. Uploading is done. Uploaded to this one. Can we verify? So go to Artifactory, cancel this, and refresh it somewhere. Refresh button. Go to the local. Go to the com. Go to the company name. Go to the software. Go to the financial services, and this is your package jar file. Here is your jar file. See, now if you think you have done the release version, so remove the snapshot, save it, again deploy, same thing, done. So this time, last time not stable code you uploaded, now you are uploading the release version of it. That's all. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yeah.
So what we did the upload. How to upload this documents? Again, you have it, and done. You can verify. Now we'll do the download. Okay, download artifact. So for download, what you need to do? So here you have a download. So for download, you need to understand the scenarios a little bit, which I'll show you just. So upload is done. Let me validate, a refresh, and where is the refresh? Here it is. And here, look at this software, financial services. See 1.2. This is the release version. You can release in the market. Done. So both the packages you have it. But how can we download? So remember that which one you uploaded. So com.companyname.software financial services jar 1.2. I uploaded 1.2 version here. So you have to understand downloading means what. So you have to understand the scenario. So there is a one component which is called financial services. So understand this financial services. This is the one project. Chat, there is another project. Now, financial project, we build it and upload it to Artifactory. This is Artifactory. Look at this. We upload it to Artifactory. Now, financial projects, we have it. Now, chat is dependent on Artifactory. Chat is dependent on financial services. So we chat will be downloading from here, okay, and then use in the build process. So we need to have two project, one project, two projects. So what do we do in this case? So I'll just simply one more project I'm creating quickly, and this I'll make it chat. Now meta information you have to change it. So here the target I'll delete manually, and here I'll make the changes for this. So package name, group name I'll keep it same, but here and here I'll change it, and then this is 1.3 version. But I just said chat is dependent on financial services. So here dependency table I need to add it, and here all this thing. Now this table, if you want to have it, if you're confused, so simply go and click on this here, and go down, and here you can copy this one from here. You got it. com.company-name.software financial services 1.2. So now chat is dependent on financial services 1.2. Okay, so dependency. Now the question is, my project should download from where? So downloading, yesterday I taught you, Maven by default download from where? Central repository, right? Now all of you, I hope you remember that. Let me explain it to you
Yes.
again if you forgot that. So here Maven first read the pom.xml and then read the dependency table, then try to find out that from the local repo, and local repo if not found, you go to central repo, which is repos.maven.apache.org and something. But here I need to tell Maven, hey Maven, check in local repo, but don't go to central repo, go to where? Where? Go to Artifactory. Okay, go to Artifactory. This is the, so go to Artifactory for downloading. So how should I tell go to Artifactory? So in the Maven setting.xml, there is an option which is called mirror. So mirror, uh, yesterday I remove it. So let me, this one, mirror. This is the comment, so you open with the notepad plus, it'll be good, easy to work. So now here, mirror. So if you activate this URL, then Maven will not go to central repo, it will go to this place, which whatever the URL you have here. And usually the URL for this place, it should be group. Group meant virtual repo. So let's go for virtual repo. Where is that? So artifact, here Maven group. Click on set me up or deploy. I'm just upload, sorry, upload. So setting.xml. I can give you hard coding also, but right now group generated here. Now this code is very long, so you just want to understand the mirror component, right? So mirror, somewhere it should be okay. Leave it. I just don't want to confuse you too much. So this component. Now this is documented also here. Look at this first tutorial. How to download a package. So first thing, you must have a three module means two, at least two module, three you can ignore it. Chat and email. For me, financial services and chat. Now here mail module must have one internal and one external dependency. So internal dependency, which is here, external and internal dependency, which is here. Just now I made the changes. After that, make sure you have all the dependent packages in Artifactory, which I have it. Make sure you have one group repo containing all dependent repo and and this is needed because you are working from the same machine, right? So you have to, hello, yeah. So you have to delete this. So let's go to the local repo. Manually you have to delete it because you are downloading and uploading both from same cell. So here uh, go to M2 repository, and what was the package name? Package name is com.company.software. So com, delete it. Okay, so now you see that locally also you'll not have it because you know what will happen. First it will try to check in the local repo. Local repo is not there, then only it will go to Artifactory. So now what I'm going to do in the setting.xml, this path I'm going to modify. So let me go and get it, URL for it. This is the URL. So here, paste it. Done. Done. Okay. Now this ID and server element should be match. So what I'll do, server element, so I'll match this central only, so that way it will not have authentication. So ID for this user ID and password is deploy only. That's all. So these are the things you have to do. And here I did this. Just close this. Here I did this one also, and this one also in front of you. And after that, you do what? Go to chat, and here you do whatever you want. So here dependency will be downloaded for chat. This is chat. This is chat. Chat is sorry, financial services. This is the chat module, and dependencies on financial services. You add it, and now I'll build the chat. So can I build the chat? So go to the command line and npm package, and now package, it will try to download this package from Artifactory. So let's see that. See it downloading. See, from Artifactory. So by default it will download from the central, but now it's overwritten, and now it's downloading from the central. I mean it's Artifactory. And if you see that, you want to check that in repository com, company name, software, financial services 1.2. Here you have it. I deleted last time, and then it will do rest of the work. So this is the way you can download it. So remember the two changes I primarily did, mind it, for download. First thing, I made it a dependency on the project where you are downloading, and second, I override the mirror, so it should not go to the central, but rather it should go to Artifactory. So guys, did you understand that, all of you?
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.